I'm Karina Dunk, and I would like to introduce you to the Michaelston-y-Fedw Internet Community Interest Company project. We are the first rural, community-built broadband, a gigabit or 1,000 megabits per second upload and download, fibre to the property, broadband network in Wales. Despite being some 10 miles from the centres of both Cardiff and Newport, the internet speeds available left much to be desired, ranging between 0.5 and 5 megabits per second.
There was no commercial operator that was going to come into our area, so we decided to look at other projects within the UK and abroad and find out how we could technically do this for ourselves.
When it first started, because we have such a poor internet connection, I have raved for many years about not being able to download films and catch-up television because of the constant buffering. So I decided as soon as I heard about the MyFi project that I was going to volunteer and see what I could do to help it come to fruition.
Initially, a public meeting was held in the village hall to see how much interest there was in the community to improve matters. The response was so great that a community company was formed, together with a call out for volunteers.
The skills I have for this project, to my mind, boil down to one key one, and that's enthusiasm. Things like labouring, digging, because I don't have any of the technical skills that are required. Blowing the fibre, making sure that there's a clean run right down the length of the fibre, and it's going to the right house. But it was solving a problem that we all had in the village, so it was a sense of sort of camaraderie and oneness that it brought to the village.
My role in this project is to gather the facts and figures from the fortnightly meetings. I publish these in a newsletter. I also send out the information in email to our 200 plus subscribers. As well as that, I update the website as and when it needs to be updated. My other role is the fusion and splicing of fibres. This occurs in the splice bullets, in the hub and in routers. By the time everyone is connected, I will have carried out over 1,000 splices. We are fortunate to have experts residing in the village who have trained volunteers to carry out the required skills. We have always used local contractors for trenching the farmland and others for drilling services. In a rural community, it was vital to keep the local farmers on board.
The farmers have backed this project very well. We've given free way leaves, which if we've been a utility company, we would have needed a solicitor and land agent working on both sides, which could have been very expensive and very long drawn out process. It's been quite important at the beginning to make sure that we get a route that works well between the farmers and saves a lot of extra road crossing costs. It's to programme the work to avoid damage to farmers' crops and to cut through the fields when the fields are empty and to reinstate them before the next crop is planted.
With the farmers on board, the project needed a sound financial footing.
I have responsibility for financing. I've dealt with the grants. I also, because of my background in insurance, am the health and safety officer for the company. I think the biggest area of conjoined thinking on the part of some very skilled people who we've got working with us was combining the Seed Enterprise Investment Scheme, which offers the prospect of a tax rebate for investors in risky ventures, along with the Access Broadband Cymru and UCV, the ultra-fast connectivity voucher schemes run by the Welsh Assembly Government, have been absolutely fundamental to the project. It wouldn't have happened without them. It's allowed us to offer 1,000 megabits upload and download uncontended, and the first year free of charge completely. After that we'll be charging £30, and it's the best bargain in broadband anywhere.
A bargain indeed. But what effect has the faster broadband speeds had on the residents of Michaelston-y-Fedw?
My business is web development and website applications. Consequently, I'm always uploading and downloading files to servers around the world. Previously, before the project got underway, then the speeds I had meant that there was a lot of waiting for files to finish uploading or downloading. Since the project went live and we were connected, then those wait times have reduced drastically. From previously, it used to be around 30 minutes, maybe an hour wait. Now it can be typically 30 seconds to a minute.
It's undoubtedly brought us into the 21st century. We were losing bookings on the cottages because of our poor internet, and we also process data from our solar and wind operation, and we expect there to be benefits for other reasons, like possibly setting up offices that we rent out in our diversified business.
But just how powerful is the MyFi network?
Our network really doesn't have too many limitations. We currently run it for 5 gigabit capacity, and that can easily be increased to 10 gigabit, which is more than enough for 200 customers. But we can increase beyond that if we want to. And also the speed of our network, we run at 1 gigabit per property. We could, if we wanted, by a change of router and SFP, change that up to 10 gigabit capacity in the coming years. So really there are very few technical limitations to the project. Its limitation is really how far that we want to take it.
Fast broadband speeds are not the only benefit resulting from the project. It has also had a positive effect on the community as well.
Quite a few people said to me, it was wonderful to be involved in this project. I've lived here for many, many years, and there were lots of people I didn't know, and suddenly through this project, I know everybody.
People from outlying areas are coming into the centre of the community to public meetings that we hold every 2 weeks. Afterwards, invariably, they end up in the pub, and so everybody is getting to know each other to a much better degree than they did 12 months ago.
All in all, a fantastic achievement for the residents of Michaelston-y-Fedw. Yappy da!